the Phoenix and the Spirit Vessel, Drow Ranger Shard coming through, are they just not in a
Team
good
Spirits,
position at the minute to
team
try and deal with that IO?
I mean, they are. They are in a solid position. We even saw an AA, right? So it's not impossible. It's not impossible to deal with the IO. It's just that you don't necessarily want to pick those heroes just for that reason, right? So it could be a bad game for a Drow Ranger, and you pick it for dealing with the IO, and suddenly you're in a very uncomfortable position.
Yeah. Well, getting into this third
Enchantress.
game here, at least into the draft, and we're going to see that it is going to be, once again, the Edge coming out, the opening pretty similar here. You have the Rubik coming through for Team Spirit, and then one move they go for that, the tiny Edge coming through. Again, the block pick potential
10
up against the
seconds
Beastmaster. So
remaining.
Team Spirit, do they want to pick that offlaner right off the bat? And if
5
they do,
seconds
is it going to be
remaining.
that Centaur once again?
If I was Team
Team
Spirit right now, the
Spirits,
way I would like to
turn
adjust it, get something that can kill the
Radiant
Enchantress.
team
Perfect.
ban.
Yeah.
It can kill the Enchantress. It is an offlaner. Doesn't have to be. It can be a mid laner. It can be 5. It doesn't really matter. But it can kill the Enchantress no matter. If you're under-leveled, under-farmed with the Primal Beast, you trample the Enchantress, you don't care about the Untouchable, then you kill it. In the previous game, they could not kill
10
the Enchantress
seconds
if
remaining.
Laurel doesn't come over. Now, immediately they're gonna have probably an offlaner
5
that is gonna be able to
seconds
deal with it laning-wise as well as the game continues. So I like it.
Yeah, and like you say, the ability from the Primal Beast to get the kill onto the edge, because we saw it time and time again in the last game. You know, the fights Team Spirit, they engaged onto the edge. She popped the Nature's Attendant, she got the heals off, you know, 4 staffed away, and all of a sudden this hero was unkillable. It just turned around from a distance, throwing out the impetus damage as well, and Spirit just had to retreat from it. And Edge, I think there was one time in the fight before the base was broken where she popped back, and Spirit looked okay in control, but for the most part, yeah, they just could not kill this hero. So yeah, Primal Beast, like you say, being able to get the trample off, being able to get the pulverize off as well onto the edge, controlling these fights and get these kills onto the Spirit, should be in a better position coming into this up against one move than the Centaur stomp into the, hoping that the Force Staff doesn't come out before the Meteor Hammer lands.
And people
10
are
seconds
like, yeah, no one
remaining.
cares about the Death Prophet any longer. She lost some stats, so she's easier to
5
kill, and that is
seconds
the
remaining.
that is probably the case. If you remember game number 1 when they TP to the mid lane, not only were they
Radiant
overfarmed, but
team
of course those stats are gonna come in handy, and the DP dies barely, so probably maybe would have survived with those extra stats there. But yeah, one move showed that they are very confident on the hero, that they can play it on multiple positions, and Team Spirit just don't want to deal with it any longer, because now they got the constant output of magical
10
damage to kill the
seconds
Enchantress,
remaining.
but constant output of magical damage is not good for DP.
5
You need
seconds
burst,
remaining.
so you just get rid of it.
Yeah, and one move take out the DK there as well. So maybe thinking that, you know, Spirit, if they're looking for this Primal Beast in the off lane, then they want to go for something that's a tower taker. The DK with the buff to the Meteor Hammer now as well. So the Dragon Tail gets the stun duration time for you to get the Meteor Hammer off. Good tower pusher as well with the Dragon Form anyway, so would be able to cause some havoc. And one move,
Team
they're just like, you know,
Spirits,
again,
turn to
big tanky
ban.
hero, so you don't really have, at the minute, I mean, you only have your supports, but maybe not looking towards those burst heroes that deal with the Dragon Knight. So at the minute, one move we just want to take it away. The Anti-Mage gets taken away as well from Spirit, so Yatoro not going to be able to play this in the third and final, but
10
Spirit, they
seconds
take away the
remaining.
Timber
Team
Sword once
ban.
again. They even take out the Ember Spirit, so no Ember Spirits today for us. And just not going to be seeing that hero, because again, still a really strong hero, like you were saying as well. The map not really
Radiant
changing. The hero
team
is good
Spirits, turn to
throughout. It's a comfortable
Storm
hero
Spirit.
for people to sit on anyway. But we are going to see the Storm Spirit here for one move.
Yeah, so they're the ones that go for the storm relatively early, and you're up against the Rubik, so once you zip in, you could get lifted up. This is kind of dangerous, if you
10
ask me.
seconds
I
remaining.
think it gives a lot of chances for Spirit to respond, though when you look at the
5
bans
seconds
from one
remaining.
move, you could say that they prepared for it quite nicely. No AM, no puck. Like, is there a hero that really helps you deal with the storm that well? Well, those two are at the top.
Would you? Yeah, no. The lockdown, obviously, the damage coming through from the Mana Void onto the Storm Spirit mid fights when he's out of a hell of a lot of mana, and the puck with the control with the Dream Call before the Storm Spirit gets that BKB off. So Spirit in the mid lane I mean, they could wait. I mean, they don't have that final pick again. It is going to go to one move, but they know what they're going to be playing up against in the mid lane. So, are you looking for something that can match the aggression? You mentioned the Queen of Pain before. Maybe something like the Bat Rider that's still popular as well. What is it you want Team Spirit to look towards for Lel in this mid lane?
Those two that you mentioned are actually quite nice. It's a lot of magical damage again that's going to help you kill the Enchantress once she's invading your jungle, once she's being annoying. And they actually lane pretty well against the Storm Spirit. Later on they might not be as good, but when it comes to the laning itself, you should do well, especially with the Bat Rider. You know, Storm can deal with the Bat, but you make one misstep with your Remnant, it gets hit by creeps and he gets on top of you, then you really suffer.
Yeah, and I mean, Spirit are taking the time to think about this here as well. So, you know, maybe considering those heroes, or maybe even looking towards again, you already know what your mid lane, so it isn't the worst time to pick up this mid laner here, or Spirit, if that's what you want to do.
They will. I think they will. They see the two supports, they see the mid laners, so anyone who's gonna be trafficking around the mid lane, you're gonna know about it. So you already know there's a Storm, and you already know there's two supports that are good at securing the runes, and they're gonna go for the Void Spirit. And I haven't seen Laurel play this for a very long time. I don't know if he played it in Spirit at all, but it is actually quite a decent hero against Storm, especially when you have a Rubik. He lifts him up, you have the Ether Remnant, you do actually a solid amount of burst damage later on, so you can kill him. And your laning phase, yeah, Storm is good against melee heroes, but Void Spirit is this type of hero that doesn't really lose the lane.
Yeah, has the protection, you know, has the ways to, even if he can't come in for the last hits with the melee hit, you know, he's got the ways to take the range creeps down, got the dive away as well. So the Void Spirit has some protection built in, like you say. Not a melee hero in the sense of, oh, I like this. Telekinesis into the blast off. I love this up against the Storm Spirit before he gets that BKB. The long silence from the techies. How's the Storm Spirit going to be able to get away?
It's gonna be a tough one. I like that the techies is coming out. I don't remember if they played it, the Spirit played it on the major, but they didn't play it in the previous tour, the techies. And I watched one of their vlogs. If you guys don't know, they usually have vlogs when 1, 2, or 3 series have passed, and then they show us like their thoughts, how they communicated and stuff like that. And Mira was asked, like, do you have any new heroes in position 4 that we're gonna see? And he was like, yeah, I don't really, because there are no position 4s new ones that are being played right now, though. And the guy was like, yeah, maybe you don't want to reveal. He's just like, I don't care, like, I have been trying out techies, so we are probably gonna be pulling that one out at some point. So I'm very glad that we're gonna be seeing it now.
Yeah, and again, you've got the Team Spirit lineup. It's set for this, the amount of control already with the pulverize, telekinesis, like you say, the remnant drag back from the Void Spirit there as well. Not only does it set up for the blast off from the techies, you know, but you've got that area denial. The Monkey King, you know, wants to come in, drop that Wukong's command, but if you have these the red mines going down from the techies, the proxy mines,
Team Spirits,
even the taser. If the Monkey King's coming close to chase you down, I mean, the taser's a little bit of a tricky one to get off because obviously the long timer on it. But you know, the techies pickup, I really like this here. Again, more burst damage up against the edge to try and get that quick kill onto the edge before the nature of the tendency to get too much of a heal out. So Spirit, good blow up potential on the draft so far.
Yeah, no high HP heroes on one move, really. They rely on surviving through physical damage, right? So they have a lot of armor, they are hard to hit, and they're mobile, but if they get caught, they get blown up. So Team Spirit, they're gonna have a solid time. They're gonna ban out the Lycan and the Enigma, and really one move are in need of a hero that pushes the tower and controls the area, and those are the you know, the zoo heroes, but the Beastmaster is still in the pool, so you could go for that one if you want to.
5 seconds remaining.
And would you then, I mean, Team Spirit, what would you look at? I mean, again, Spirit don't have that last pick, so one move can respond to anything they pick up. So if you're looking at Yasuo's hero here, what are you thinking along the lines of for Team Spirit?
So Ursa would be okay, because you need a way to take Roche, and that is good. Yep. If it was some other team, I never would have recommended this one, but a Sven seems solid.
Okay.
Right? Because because you would have a nice way to run out of the Wukong's command while surviving with the Warcry. That is a hero that he himself likes to play. The problem with both of those heroes is that they could be countered by something like, you know, Venom Viper and stuff like that, and I wouldn't be surprised if they go for it. But there, the Ursa is gonna be banned out.
Yeah, one move, take that away. Are you looking for something? Again, the Sven could suggest, but something that's got a stun. Well, yeah, I suppose the Sven does with but something that's got a stun that enables the techies in the lane. So I'm assuming this is going to be the techies 5. So we see the Slark's already banned out, so there's no pouncing, no lockdown there to help the techies out. Is there something? I'm just trying to think off the top of my head what he could go for here that enables the burst damage here. Okay, going to be the Morph.
I'm pretty sure it's gonna be the Rubik laning with the Morph, unless they want to put Mira, because I don't think Miposhka plays the techies. That's the thing. Okay. So even though he's very versatile, I'm pretty sure that it's gonna be Mira on the techies and Miposhka and Rubik, at least coming back to those vlogs that they make and what Mira was saying. Morphling is just a solid hero when it comes to getting heroes down fast in terms of both physical and magical damage. And Team Spirit, they have magical damage, but they don't have physical damage, because that's where the Morphling kicks in. And he's not really a hero that gets easily countered in lane. You don't really think, oh, they're gonna pick this hero and the Morphling is gonna get crushed. No, not really. He's gonna be fine.
Okay, and one move, 30 seconds left. And looking for the offlaner, would you still, are you still leaning towards a Beastmaster, that tower taker here up against the Morph in the lane?
I'd be fine with the Beast, but you can go either way. You can even go for a Mars, you can go for a Blink Initiator. I was not expecting that. It seems like every single time they see an agility hero, they want to go for the Darkseer, and yeah, I just haven't been given the confidence by Afterlife's Darkseer. He had a great performance in terms of 2 days ago, later on in the game, but he was still very much underfarmed. The way that I want to see a Darkseer being played out is that you get your first item and you're just buffing up everyone, you're running towards the enemies. But one move are gunning more for, let's get into the late game with the Darkseer, and I think that Team Spirit has a lineup to not allow that to happen. So that's why I'm kind of, you know, not really feeling the Darkseer from one move. If Afterlife would have had better lanes in the past and better early mid game, I would be fine. But he just hasn't shown me that that currently he or his team in general are capable of making the game look like that. Later on, his spell usage on this hero is amazing, but you need to get there.
Yeah, I mean, I'm looking at the combo that One Move have with the Wukong's Command, the wall coming out of the vacuum. If you can get a good avalanche off, even if the Storm Spirit gets an Ags at some point there for the AoE Vortex. So if they can get all these, the synergy going on the fights and pull that off and get these heroes on the side of Spirit locked down, there is some good anchor potential here on the side of One Move. Great fight potential with the wall, with that Wukong's Command. But it's just whether they get to that point where they are going to be able to enable this fight. And meanwhile, on the side of Team Spirit, like you say, the control coming out, the amount of rotation of the Void Spirit as well, being able to rotate off the lane, get a quick kill, get himself back into the mid lane. There's no real tower threat I see from the side of One Move, whereas on the side of Team Spirit, you've got the techies that can do a little bit. You've got the Morphing with the right click potential there as well, to try and do damage to the towers. So Spirit, if they can get a good start, which they might be aiming towards, I think they just take this game from under One Move's feet.
I think all three of the games were kind of the same. Late game, it would be One Move would be overwhelmingly strong, but early game Spirit should be able to take it. We'll see if One Move can actually delay it this time as they did in the previous one.
Yeah, but before we get into it, guys, we do have a word from our sponsors over at EGB, so check it out.
Prepare for battle.
Сейчас поиграем.
Very good.
Сейчас поиграем.
Welcome back to the third and final of the first series, and we'll see how this one's going to kick off. We see, the smoke's coming through again. Gilga just walks himself right up, sees Lal, throws out the high five, just teasing against the Void Spirit. But is there any lanes? Oh, in fact, there's actually going to dive in from Collapse here. He wants to come straight in with the onslaught, so not even going to go for the trample at level 1. Might put himself in a really bad position, though. The ward is down. They have the vision over the Primal Beast, but Primal Beast, he's pretty tanky himself with the 4 armor here as well. He's got himself that wind lace, so he's got that extra movement speed and just looking to, again, keep himself away. And it looks like the disengage comes out, so In terms of lanes coming into this third and final game, how are you expecting them to go?
It's not gonna be easy for Spirit, right? You need to be patient if you're Spirit. That's the case. So the first couple of levels should be top lane relatively even. Everybody farms bottom lane, collapse and Mira resort to shenanigans and harass Munkushi. So you can't really say how the lanes will go. At like 4 minutes we'll see if Spirit are able to keep their composure until like 4 minutes and then strike on this bottom lane. I think that's the best they should be gunning for. But overall the real action in this game starts with second, third power rune when the spirits start moving, when Larl and Eintracht start moving around the map, because both of these guys want to be slightly greedy, and then with the second or third power rune, that is when we'll see the things start to break apart. But it should be relatively you know, patient with constant pokes and harasses, not really big engagements.
Yeah, and you can see the odds on the screen. EGB do still favor Team Spirit here. A little bit of a boost though on the odds for one move, and in fact, you know, Team Spirit, I think last game was close to just straight up 1-1. So a little bit on Team Spirit that maybe one move, maybe they do get the edge and, you know, give them the for one move in terms of odds. So EGB showing what they think of this match, and yeah, I still think that the fight potential from Team Spirit, I mean, I said that last game as well, Remnant actually doesn't connect onto Ironclad, but the fight potential, I think Spirit can get going a little bit quicker. But like you say, in the late game, one move, if they find the items, there's no reason they can't be winning these fights.
It depends. Spirit doesn't have constant output of damage without the Morphling. They only have burst. So let's say if the Darkseer would get an early mech in this game, early pipe or something along those lines, and he prevents his heroes from dying, then early fights could go for one move. And that is what I'm saying. That is how I like the Darkseer to be played, and what I'm kind of hoping for Afterlife.
Mid lane though, you can see that on the top, Larl is taking a whole lot of damage if we look at his health bar here. In the bottom lane, it looks like, I mean, Collapse is doing all right. He has to worry about the right clicks coming in from Munkushi again. Munkushi with the Jingu Mastery trying to proc that off. And Collapse, he just has to be careful about how far forward he does come in. But he will be able to get himself away with the onslaught, because unless the Balance Strike comes out from the Monkey King, there's nothing to stop Collapse from just being able to run himself away.
Okay, so Larl picked the Void Spirit into a Storm, and he's getting demolished. Sure, the Storm is stronger than melee heroes, but this is a little bit too much for a hero like a Void Spirit, who always has a spells to secure a creep, and he only has 8 compared to the 16 of the Storm.
Yeah, and like I said in the draft, the Resonant Pulse just to try and secure those range creeps, but it looks like at the minute, Aincrad, he knows this. He's just looking to get aggressive with the Vortex coming out of the remnants there as well. And Larl, he's taking so much punishment coming out from the Storm Spirit in this mid lane. So not skilling up the point to dissimulate means that if he gets dragged back by the Vortex, even with the 2 points here into the Resonant Pulse, just has to walk himself on foot and get himself away while taking right clicks and magic damage from Aincrad.
Yeah, that's one of the reasons Storm is so good. Oh, actually top lane, Tiny's in trouble. He's gone.
Yeah, Yatoro picked up the first blood, and it's just a quieter further as the telekinesis comes out. Fadebot not even trying to secure the kill because he did want to give it over to the Morphling, and he was just easily able to right click down onto Gilga. So just getting caught out of position there on the Tiny.
Yeah, I mean, one move can easily talk themselves out of this one, guys. Last time, Yatoro, 5 minutes in, he has 5 kills. We beat him easily. Let's at least give him 2 or 3 so that this guy has a chance.
Yeah,
I don't really think that kind of a disrespect for a TI winner is gonna work out. But you know, at least they can say it between themselves.
Yeah. Just looking on the map as well, because it's not an area we're going to be paying that much attention to. But if we look at the bottom right, just in the Radiant Jungle where the outpost is, the wards being shown here, we saw the rotation from the techies into the mid lane, and the Ench sent the Dominator creep, the Enchanted Creeper, one of the satyrs, just to shadow the techies, because it was being like say on the heels of the techies. You were looking to get the rotation onto Aincrad, because Aincrad wasn't looking super healthy here. Got those tangos off, got the bottle charge off there as well. But if he'd got the blast off, Larl might have been able to get a kill onto the Storm Spirit. So a really good heads up play there from the Ench, just to shadow the techies with the creep that he got from the Enchantress.
Yeah, I mean, they planted the wards towards the bottom lane. They know there's not going to be any rotations coming from top, so they're making sure that they can spot any kind of things coming out from Mira, because he's going to be the one securing the runes. He's going to be the one coming over.
Yeah, and you can see it again in the bottom lane. In terms of farm, the Primal Beast, in fact, Miposhka on the top lane is going to take a lot of damage here from Gilga, and Gilga, does he have the potential for the kill here? He doesn't have any points into the avalanche, and Miposhka is trying to keep himself safe here, waiting for his spells to cool down now as well. But the right click's coming out from Gilga just onto the Rubik. Rubik just needs to move himself right back underneath that tier 1 tower, still taking some punishment here from the Tiny.
But big thing that happened for Team Spirit is that the
fortified.
both water runes went towards them, so that's gonna allow the Void Spirit to stay even with the storm from now on. Of course, there is already a lead that has been established, but he's not gonna allow that one to increase.
Sitchas by Graham.
No, and you can see as well the Wildling Ripper coming out. I love the active for the Hurricane on the Wildling Ripper. Just being able to get the drag back, you know, especially when you're using something like the Enchantress, dragging back into enchant range now as well. You go for another one because the Monkey King, they're going to be catching up. Looking for the kill onto the Techies. The Techies gets that quick blast off, dragging himself away here. Mira not going to get support from the Void, but it looks like they're going to give up the kill onto the Techies.
That was half a second from him dying, right? If the Boundless Strike connects while he's readying for the jump, it's a problem, but he does get himself away. Once you get into the jump, even if the Boundless Strike connects, it's not going to be a problem.
Miposhka might have gone a little bit too far here. The vacuum back, and yeah, he was red misting, looking for that kill though. You know, just the absolute jump onto Gilly. He was certain he was going to be able to get it. Goes a little bit too far, and Gilly just breaks vision here. After like great vacuum back and able to get a kill underneath the tier 1 tower.
Wow, he's in trouble.
Really have the damage. Some light comes out, trying to keep him alive with the Centaur. Or he can close the gap here, and yeah,
And the bonus.
that one. Mira goes down for free afterwards. Miposhka, he just has to play away after this.
Having a Centaur 1400 HP creep that almost never dies to the tower, just constantly takes those hits. It allows you to die anyway. One move, beautifully done there. They understand that they're stronger here, that the supports are stronger, and they're going for more.
Yeah, Miposhka stepped up, got the deny on the regen room, but that just opened the window there. Ankrad, maybe not with the mana that, you know, he would have got back from the regen room, might have been able to get the kill onto Miposhka there, but just had to stop a little bit short of the kill onto the Rubik.
I still have to praise Collapse and Yatoro. The way that they are farming in this one is insane, especially Collapse. He went for a Windlace boost. Those were his first 2 items just to keep himself away from the Monkey King, and it allows him to just CS so nicely. So beautifully done by him to actually be ahead of the Monkey King, a lane that he definitely should have lost.
Oh, Munkushi, he's going to have that salve. It did get cancelled off, yeah. Tried to be cheeky with the mischief there, but the bomb coming through from the Techies just cancel off the salve. And yeah,
Radiant's
the
bottom
Windlace as well,
tower is under attack.
as well as the phase boots just optimizes the damage that he can put out on the trample. So it's just an easy way to kill off Pantoma. Not sure about Munkushi, obviously with the Jingu Mastery coming out from him as well as the Boundless Strike, but it is an easier way or a more efficient way to get the kill onto the Ench in this laning stage.
The Collapse is level 6 and he wants to go forward. They know Storm doesn't have enough resources.
Yeah, and while the Boundless Strike comes out, there's going to be the rotation coming out from him. Blast off doesn't snag. I think he'll be able to get the kill. Yeah, the Pulverize comes through now as well. The trample damage. Collapse will be able to take down the Monkey King Munkushi. Even inside the trees, just wasn't able to get away. Just because of the massive gap close coming out from Collapse.
That was just beautiful, knowing that the Storm is half HP, half mana, and that he cannot assist. And then they just bring in Miposhka to go for the kill. This bottom lane is really what's destroying One Move here completely, because it shouldn't have gone like this, but it did.
Yeah, and again, going all the way back to the last tour, I
Radiant's
think you
bottom
rarely
tower
ever
is under
saw,
attack.
even if he didn't outright win the lane, you know, he Collapse rarely lost a lane, and you're just taking that consistency through into this next tour as well. But you can see that, like you say, that Yatoro, he's pressuring behind the tier 1. If you take a look on the map, pressuring behind the tier 1, so he's having a great time on the lane as well. And now the Storm Spirit will be rotating in. Did you get the kill to Yatoro here now as well? He's got that waveform if he needs to get himself away, but Ankrad is just going to try and catch up.
Radiant's
And
bottom
Gilga coming in with the
tower
avalanche and toss back again with the shapeshift. Morphling with the shapeshift. Is he going to be able to Yatoro? No, the drag back. He get the kill, and yeah, the attribute shift wasn't enough to keep him alive.
He just gets taken down there. You
Radiant's
just have so
bottom
much
tower
chase
is
on
under
the
attack.
one move lineup. I thought that Team Spirit are gonna start mass TPing, but I'm pretty maybe Yatoro made a call. Oh, I'm out. They can't kill me. What the hell are they doing? But
Dire's
that
top
was
tower
it was
is
pretty
under
obvious that
attack.
they're gonna run him down. It's gonna take a long time, but eventually he's gonna die.
Radiant's bottom
Yeah,
tower is under attack.
Lal, while this is going on, Lal's finding some farm. The Monkey King in the mid lane now as well. Munkushi, what does he want to do stepping up? Because the Monkey King, yeah, Lal, does he actually have a go here up against Munkushi? No, he doesn't. Not with the two supports being here now as well to support him. So Lal, he goes for that dive, but he needs to be really darn careful. The Balance Strike comes out. Gilgir was rotating himself away towards that top lane, but with Pantomime protecting here, Monkey King should be fine. In fact, they might even try and go for the kill. The Simulate comes out, and Lal is looking for the retreat now as well. The Astral Step, so he will be able to get himself out of danger.
Pantomime waiting for the enchant. He wants to remove the haste, but
Yeah.
Larl, really nice presence of mind not to go for that one. Just keep it up there and just use his Astral Step and then Simulate to get himself out.
Yeah, into it. Actually, Pantom's going to be taking a lot of damage now as well. Lal just backs himself away, doesn't want to commit to the kill. Like you say, the enchant coming up with that purge onto the haste, but he was already ways away for that to be. It's a little bit of a bonus here for the edge, but not a massive impact that you would expect if he was close towards the Radiant Tier 1.
Oh, this is just not looking good for one move right now, and the reason is all because of the side lanes. The Storm needs to move, and he would much rather be in the mid lane.
Look at the good to go to the techies though. Techies with the taser, so to get the disarm off, they might be able to get a revenge kill. Inkrad, he wants to carry on going, forcing it away. So Gilgir will survive. But like you say, Collapse, he just takes complete control of the bottom lane. He's got his drums, he's got his boots, he's taken the tier 1 tower,
Radiant are
and he just puts the
scanning.
Monkey King in a really awkward position in this lane.
Yep, what Spirit is doing right now is that they know in the side lanes in the 1 versus 1 scenario they're winning. So if someone moves from the mid lane, they strike. If they come to the mid lane, their other two cores are farming so well. So it's a bulletproof plan currently.
Yeah, and we'll see what they want to do here. The smoke coming out, they might be looking to Collapse, but Collapse still doing a lot of damage. But Pantomime, before this fight even starts, I mean, the jungle with the Storm Spirit, they might be able to get themselves on top. Mira's still going to be close now as well. He's going to back up his teammate if he needs to. He's looking for the speed. He's looking
No
for
mana.
Yeah, and Aincrad, he dove a little bit too far. The taser won't connect. But the sticky bomb, that won't connect out. And Aincrad just has to walk himself away.
Oh, they're so helpless, and it comes down to the Darkseer at this point. He has one item, but he's just not nearly strong enough to buff up to that point. And look at it. All the lanes are being pressured by Team Spirit. Again, they're going to be out of there.
Radiant's
Yeah, really
top
good
tower is
jump
under
in now
attack.
as well with the avatars. Do they have enough of the waveform out? But with the Storm Spirit not being here, being able to get the drag back, there's just not enough to control. And there won't be a vacuum wall being dropped this time here to get the kill onto Yatoro.
One move supports need to get some hate onto them, right? Pantomime needs to be somewhere in the enemy's face. This is the thing though, there is enough burst damage from Spirit to kill him, but he needs to be able to get the aggression away from the bottom lane tier 2, from the top lane tier 1, because with every single one of your towers being pressured, your supports are not getting anything anyway, so it's much better that they're dying and enemies using some resources and TPs than you just, you know, doing nothing.
Yeah, and you can see that Lal, he's even going to be able to know the deny. It comes through from the Wild Wing Ripper, so really good there. Again, I haven't said how much I like this Hurricane here on the Wild Wing, but
No.
Lal, he's found a way to recover, you know, with the teammates rotating in, helping him in this mid lane, and he's found the space. He's not rotating off to match the rotation of the Storm Spirit just yet, but he has found that recovery in the mid lane. Telgeuse comes out the stun. It actually connects onto the Storm Spirit here as well. Now, Primal Beast, he wants to come in. He's got that full rise if he needs to get it off there as well. But he's just waiting out there. Avalanche doesn't have the BKB just yet. Now, even further forward. Now, timely even to toss back onto the Morphlin. Doesn't matter, they get the kill. Oh, do they? The pulverize, that last tick, it would have connected. It would have been enough to get the kill. And Storm Spirit, just the interrupt coming out was enough to keep the Storm Spirit alive.
Now, Gilgir started off a rock fight, but the enemies just have more rocks to throw, it seems like.
It's coming back and forth here now as well. Maposhka, he's even stolen that
Radiant's
avalanche. He's
top
going to be able to
tower
toss it
is
out
under
for
attack.
the interrupt on the interrupt. But this means the tier 1
Radiant
tower, it will
structures
go
are
down.
fortified.
Even through the fortification, you know, either through a deny or a last hit, it will go down one way or the other.
Radiant's
Lal is
top
in trouble
tower
in the mid
has
lane.
been denied.
Has one step.
Yeah, Ironcrad though, he wants to carry on diving in. Is this enough time and space though for the TPs to come through? I think if Ironcrad, if he'd had the mana for it, one more remnant, he gets the kill there. But again, just overextending a little bit with no mana.
At least the status quo is broken. The Primal Beast isn't in the bottom lane any longer, right? Techies was staying there. Mira was trying to force out that lane, but overall, with the status quo being broken, you can at least get the same amount of farm and stop the bleeding. And what One Move want to do is continue fighting on the top lane. That's why it's so important that Spirit got that tower down. This is just looking like an amazing start for Spirit. Even though kills are saying 5-2, Spirit are in absolute complete control of the map, of the gold, of everything.
Yeah, and once the Collapse gets his BKB out now as well, because he's already got himself the Ogre, so in fact, they're going to be able to find the jump onto Pantomime. Pantomime can't get himself away from this one. Absolutely no way. Ankred at least gets the regen rune, but it's going to be cancelled off. Yeah, he didn't have it bottled, so the Techies just cancels it off.
Yeah, he just got annoyed that none of the runes went his way, and like, I'm gonna take this one. It lasts for 0 seconds. Aincrad has only gotten one bounty rune in this game, and that's sorry, one water rune, and that's it. Like, I don't know if he got any bounties, but it's obviously a disaster. This bottle of his hasn't done nothing.
No. And yeah, what I was saying about Collapse, you know, is going, he's got that Ogre, so they're even going to be able to make another dive in once again, getting the kill onto Pantomime. And that was out the Pulverize being used. So once the BKB Pulverize is up, how do you really stop this on the side of One Move? Because Collapse, he's just going to run right over you and then keep you in place while the rest of the team burst you down.
You don't. You now need the blink on the Tiny. Gilgir needs to get that one fast, and that's why they're targeting him. You destroyed this timing, you've destroyed everything that One Move has.
And I don't know if you saw that there as well on the top lane. Yatoro just able to get a waveform off on the Balance Strike bottom lane. They're going to be able to get the kill onto Gilgir. Gilgir, no way out of that. And trading off, you know, taking the aggro here, Yatoro on the top lane, just opens up the space for Spirit to rotate round and get a kill onto Gilgir in the bottom part of the map.
Oh, Spirit are systematically taking away everything that One Move can do. They crush the top tier 1 tower. That's where One Move want to fight. It's over. They crushed the lanes. That's One Move wanted the lanes to go longer, but they wanted to be farming close to the enemy heroes. They weren't doing it. They wanted to control the runes. Spirit controlled the runes, and now Blink Dagger on the Tiny, the one thing that will allow you to make plays, they're going for that as well. One Move, if I was on their side, I wouldn't really know what to do right now. You have to get that Blink on the Tiny, but he has become a target.
Yeah, no, and you can see that he needs about another 1,000 gold before he can be close to get now more to 900. But Storm Spirit in the mid lane again, just trying to create some space points as well, because there wasn't a major response in the mid lane. But now we're actually going to get some drive back on Pantomime. Pantomime can survive through this as well with the nature of damage they want to go to, and they get the kill. They get the damage onto Miposhka, but Miposhka, does he survive? He doesn't. He really does get the kill in the end. Aincrad though, not a lot of mana left, and he's going to be jumping now go wild with the chase, and you see the double trample damage coming through onto Avalanche as well. Pantomime can survive through this. The vacuum back into the wall of the backlines. Yatoro is going to be able to get the kill on Pantomime's courier, and he do take down Pantomime more than a second after, but it will be the kill there. Afterlife trying to run himself away to the Consummation God, but Collapse running himself through it. He do still get the kill. Gilgir with the tree toss takes down the Primal Beast, and Yatoro now as well needs to run himself away from this.
There's the power of the Darkseer and his first item, the bite, coming into play. Team Spirit, because of how much stronger they are in terms of network, and they feel it in levels, in everything, that they can go forward, they overextend and they don't get those kills. They got greedy. They wanted everybody to die. In the end, they only killed one hero, and that is what cost them, because they'll lose 3 in the process.
Yeah, at least the Morphlin survives through that, so the Morph's still going to be able to get himself up. Pantomime though, the Centaur Stump comes out onto Yatoro just to rub it in his face.
Yeah, or Morphling. Yeah, now you might pay for it.
Yeah, does he come back? I mean, Gilgir's going to be here. He's going to be able to get the tumbles toward the Avalanche toss coming through now as well. Yatoro with the attribute shift through the blast up from the Techies. The proximity line's down. It's not even going to be needed as Yatoro gets the kill. They even take down Pantomime. So, yeah, you tease Yatoro with the Centaur and the stuff coming through, but you will pay for it.
The Boschka is playing with his life. Yeah, well, he has overplayed it.
Yeah.
You're up against the Darkseer and the Storm, both of which can get you off the trees, and you're just jumping forward. I think when he saw the Storm, he's like, at that moment, he knew he fucked up, you know? So it's just, let's go forward. Let's just create as much space as we can.
Yeah, he just accepts his fate and just says, you know what? Yeah, no, you deserve it. You've earned this kill. I'm not even going to try and, telekinesis or anything like that to try and get away. But Aincrad in the bottom lane. Did he want to try and go Mirror? He's got that Taser once again. Which is connect with Blast Up, and now it might actually put Mirror in a little bit of trouble. Aincrad with the damage you to kill the Avatar comes through, or just the toss this time. but they do still get the kill on Tamira.
And it's gonna be the tiny blink dagger coming soon. So one move, they're gonna get their chances to play the game. Spirit makes a couple of small mistakes that allows one move now to have a play. It's still not a good position for them, but they will have a potential for an aggressive play now, which allows them to play Dota.
And if that blast off with the taser had connected, you know, Yatoro probably dives in, they probably get the kill for the Storm Spirit, but like you say, just that little bit of an overextension there from the techies, not connecting, calculated, but it didn't pay off this time, and they were able to turn around and get the kill onto the
Radiant's
techies.
middle tower is under attack.
I'm not even sure that it's still a tier 2, 18 minutes in, you know, it's dangerous if Yatoro goes for a wave 4 min. I don't know if you get out. So that's what I'm afraid of. The chase potential of one move is pretty strong, and you never know if Storm Spirit maybe has a buyback at that point. He buys back, he cleans out 2 of your heroes because you're bleeding. I'm not sure. I didn't like the play to begin with.
Okay, well, looking at the odds from EGB, they do still favor Team Spirit. Like you say, even though the kills go in favor of one move, the net worth is from Spirit, but is that going to last a lot longer? One move, yeah. The Yatoro's going to be there, and it's going to be the jump, and you get the time onto the wall, but he's going to get the kill now. As Blaster comes out, he's going to try and get the wave form away. The wall has been dropped, and he might be able to take the kill. They do take down Gilga. Because the man's going to be there, but nobody's trapped inside it now as well. You see Team Spirit just running themselves away, looking for that reset away from the wall, away from the Wukong's command. And this means that it's going to be down. If they take a good fight here, Spirit, it could open up the Roach Pit as well.
Maybe the tier 1 tower.
Yeah.
Let's see how they feel. Actually, they don't feel confident enough with 4 heroes being alive. Collapse is going in.
Yeah, I mean, they've got the backup now as well. He needs to get himself away. The vacuum doesn't connect and the pulverize. He used it onto the Monkey King. Wasn't enough damage. He has to get himself away with the onslaught.
Team Spirit, you know, a little bit too close for comfort every single time there. If Collapse gets pulled back with the vacuum, I'm not sure he gets out of that one alive. Maybe he could go for an instant TP, but you know, Storm was around the mid lane. Maybe he can get there in time. Who knows? So I'm getting a bit scared here for Spirit. One more overextension and one move might get completely back into the game. And Spirit are always so close to overextending quite a lot.
Yeah, no, this is it. They do play, you know, as close to that line as possible without stepping over it. And sometimes they do just get pushed over it by the other team here. And you can see the Yatoro on the bottom part of the map looking to farm. But there is 3 heroes grouped up from one move. So they might look for this jump. Like you said, the Blink Dagger is here for Gilga. To get a good engage, they could look for a pickup. But you can see that Spirit, yeah, playing it safe this time. Just backing themselves away in the mid lane.
Things have changed.
Yeah.
Things have changed. There's an Axe on the Void Spirit, there's a BKB on the Primal Beast. Now, no matter where you fight, no matter how you fight, Spirit are winning. One move have to run.
Smoke breaks. Are they going to try and jump in with the onslaught? It's actually the Aftershock. They get the catch with the runner now as well. Onslaught comes in to trample damage onto Pantomime. Pantomime, he's just going to disappear.
He's gone. And you're probably looking for more. One move need to get out. So the way that you play now, if you're one move, you have to be on the aggressive. You have to force out those BKB charges on the aggressive, lose one hero to get yourself out and hope for a good re-engagement of the Darkseer, or if Spirit are okay with 1 kill for using their 9-8 second BKB charge or something along those lines, then you're fine with it.
Yeah, and they do get that mid-tier 1 tower here with the Primal Beast. Gilga is set up onto the side though. Does he want to go for the jump in? The Iron Shell's on him, and it looks like they don't want to. Not sure where the rest of the Team Spirit are. So they, in fact, they are aware of where the rest of the Team Spirit are because they have a wall that spots them out. The ping's coming through here, so they might just make this jump happen.
Spirits is everything. They have a ward in the enemy triangle and they're controlling the bottom part of the map, so they see everything. Good thing for one move is this one ward in the bottom lane that now saw Spirit run away. Now that mine exploding, that is a big thing that's gonna reveal to Spirit where their enemies are.
Yeah, they might still go. The jump, they're gonna be able to get the kill onto the Rubik. Yes, they do. The Balmer strike Mancucci will be able to clear that up, so at least they get something out of it now as well. But Lord, he actually wants to get himself in with the simulate. The BKB, Gilga, he's going to go down. The backline's wall's going to drop. Yatoro needs to get himself outside the Wukong's command, but the backline's into the Storm Spirit. Pulverize comes through and they get the kill. They take down Yatoro with the... Well, Yatoro gets the double. They take down that Storm, and did he want to try and look to re-engage? Even with the wall being down, even with the Wukong's command, they weren't off now. Mancucci just needs to get himself away from this.
Laurel got stuck with the dissimulate. If he hadn't, he is going to be going down. The timing of these Spirit right now is just too big. They have 2 9-second BKBs, and you know they have the Ags on the Void Spirit. You're not winning that fight.
Yeah, and it looks like Primal Beast. In fact, Munkushi, what was stolen from him there as well, it's just looks like it's going to be the tree dance, yeah, into the Primal Spring, which is still nice for the Rubik, you know, to be able to close that gap, get some vision down there as well, and get a telekinesis off when you're least expecting it. Maybe like onto Pantomim in his triangle.
This could be time for Miposhka to buy a gem. Right now, that could be the case, because taking vision away from one move, it's gonna make sure that they have nothing to do yet again.
Yeah, and Collapse, he's got that BKB. He's not even used it yet. Still 9 seconds on that BKB here for the Primal Beast.
Yep, no reason for him. He understands that the enemies don't really do that much physical damage at this point, and are not gonna be doing it for quite some time. So you can definitely be very conservative with your BKB, and I'm liking that he is going for that kind of route.
Yeah. Oh, in the river though, Mira is going to be the target with that toss. It's just going to straight toss up into the air. So Gilligan will be able to get the kill, but while that's going on, I mean, Lal, he does the damage, he takes down the Storm, and now Lal needs to back himself away, has the Astral Step, he needs to. Yatoro caught in the wall, going to be slowed down by the Ench as well. And with the Wukong command coming out, the back going to be used now as well, but Yatoro just gets himself out with one waveform, he's away. And he can look to disengage if he wants to on the side of Team Spirit. Yeah, Lal, again, the whole Astral Step. Revenant gets dropped, gets himself down to the low ground. Going to go for that TP, nothing to interrupt. No, not close there. Munkushi, the Boundless Strike still on cooldown, so he weren't able to stop that TP away from Lal.
So Lal didn't want the Morphling to get chased down. They didn't want them to force out his 8-second BKB, so he went to the left, right? Even though he could have went to the right Astral Step, probably no one chases him, but there is a chance if him and the Morphling are next to each other running towards the base, that the enemies continue, they catch them with the next round of spells and kill him. So I really like the play there coming out from him.
Yeah, how's the Monkey King doing? Going towards the Desolator after the Echo Saber. Again, 9-second BKB there as well for Munkushi, so it's not looking too bad as Rubik just continues to have a little bit of fun here with Tree Dance.
Whenever the game is not going well and you have a Monkey King, you have to go for a Deso. It's your best damage item, right? Ideally, if you're doing well, you're not going to do it, but Team Spirit now, they're going to catch him.
Oh, the BKB comes out, so he's going to be able to dodge off the run-up. He's going to be a little bit of trouble. The rifles come through. He get the kill onto Rubik, but Gilgil will pay the price there. And it did mean that it's going to be the BKB active. That 9-second BKB there for the Monkey King will be used.
Is under attack.
It's a 9-second BKB and a 1-for-1. And also, you're going to be walking into the Roach. Without the Wukong's command, one move, their ability to defend this, well, it's very limited. They will have the wall, but until that point, the Roach is most likely going to die. Morphling is a pretty solid hero to take it down.
Yeah, you can see the Pantomim trying to scout it out as much as possible here with the Dark Troll Summoner, but he just cleaned that up immediately. Travel damage comes through now as well, and Roshan, yeah, they're grouping around it, and one move, they're not even looking to tend to contest after this.
I can't do much. Your carry is not a hero. You do have a Wukong's command, but you're never gonna get into a good spot because you know that the enemies have so much vision in your triangle. So nice call from one move to just let it go.
Yeah, Monkey King actually queuing up the Scud. No, okay. He did buy out one of the Mithril Hammers. He had that Scuddy queued up, but like you said, yeah, he wants to go in for that Desolator. Meanwhile, Yatoro, how is he looking? He wants to go towards, it looks like the Hurricane Pike for the Morphling.
You are playing against the wall, you are playing against the Wukong's command, so you want to have a little bit more mobility. So I definitely like it.
Yeah, and we saw in that last one as well, like you say, that he was able to get himself away, but with the Ench slow, you know, there was the Avalanche that maybe comes out. He doesn't want to use that BKB. Just be able to Hurricane Pike yourself out of danger. Collapse now. He's going to use that BKB. It looks like finally to get himself out of this. I'm going to try and re-engage. He's going to dive in low as well with the silence. Maybe trying to go on to Pantomim. The Techies coming through, dropping those mines, but they've got a lot of down here. On to Lal. Lal, can he get himself out with the Dissimulate? Once again, the Astral Step comes through. And the chase out from Aincrad. Aincrad has that BKB. You want to carry on going now as well. The Yusuf comes out as well. Eventually, will he go down? Yes, he will. Munkushi picks up that kill, but Mira with the quick blast off there, and Techie just gets himself out, and they only get the kill onto Lal.
Oh, Lar's spell usage there was so great. He left the Remnant, heals himself up. Aincrad loses the BKB, and he almost gets out because he got given a mech as well, but in the end wasn't enough.
Oh, Yatoro, he steals the Monkey King's He's going to be able to move with Violence Strike through the damage, even through the BKB there as well. It was just way too much. Munkushi won't survive, and Yatoro wants to carry on going. The chase down the mobility being offered by the Tree Dance. He's going to be able to get the kill. Meanwhile, in the river, do they take down Collapse? Collapse will go down with his BKB being down here. And Yatoro just trying to do the count with the Monkey Bomb to catch up with the Tree Dance, with the Balance Strike as well. He gets the Balance Strike off onto the edge. Does he have the damage to get the kill? The Waveform now as well for the Broadcast Pantomim. Looking for that TP, but the Adaptive Strike, it gets thrown out, and Yatoro gets the kill. Triple kill there for the Morph.
You're almost
That's the reveal of the Aghanim Scepter. So he finished that one off first. Actually, it was already flying to him when we were talking about the Hurricane Pike. And whenever you're playing against a agility hero and you take his form away, not only do you cripple him, but you give yourself 70 attack speed and also 20% of your enemy's agility. So that just makes the Morphling an insane right clicker.
Yeah, and he wasn't scared about getting involved in that though as well. He did still have that Aegis, so like you said, he was just in and around wanted to get into the frags and do the damage where he could, and triple kill coming out from Yatoro. Just the mango's coming out now as well. But that extra mana, he's looking really big at the minute. And Munkushi, he's got that Desolate to going towards the Skadi, you know, how do one move try and play around this Morphling now?
Well,
Radiant's top tower is
one
under
move.
attack.
What they're waiting for now is the Blink on Afterlife. This is kind of the item that gave them the victory in their first series they've played in the tournament, with the combo of the Tiny and the Darkseer. So they're coming to a point where they're gonna be very strong in team fights, despite Yatoro countering the Monkey and still inside of the Wukong's command. Those monkeys are gonna hurt.
Middle tower is under attack.
TT Tower being pressured here though. What are they gonna do to catch out? It was just an illusion.
Radiant's middle tower has fallen.
Yeah,
The
they
tape
destroyed it.
comes-
They
Yeah.
destroy the collapse illusion. It's still no chance, but now they know exactly where they are.
The Enchantress disappears about as quickly as that illusion from Collapse did.
Radiant's
So
structures
this opens
are
up, and the
fortified.
fortification will be used here from the side of one move. There are still tier 2 towers on the sidelines as well, which it looks like those are Team Spirit's next objectives.
I'm actually surprised the Team Spirit didn't buy a gem in this one, because the vision of one move is still allowing them to have some kind of a presence outside of the map and go for hunting. And Team Spirit, the way they have been systematically taking away everything from one move, I thought that was going to be their next approach.
Yeah. I mean, well, maybe. I mean,
Radiant's top
you
tower
could still
is under
go for that
attack.
if he wanted to. Void just pushing out the top lane, but do you put it? I mean, oh God, Primal Beast, he's got himself the boost of burn here as well. I was gonna say, do you put it? Get a gem on the Primal Beast, or do you want to just be putting that onto maybe the introduce back?
Jumps in with the BKB.
Maybe not too back and goes to the walls, but Luko smashes out. Gonna get his kill on Tia Tara. Clancy wants to get himself in the middle of this. The whole right coming through. BKB is going to be doing a lot of damage and buyback from the techies. Yatoro gets low, but again, he still has the Aegis for the next 27 seconds. So he's just saying, yeah, okay, come in and kill me. Just let me refresh, get himself right back into this fight. And they do take down 2. They even get the kill onto Acolyte, the drive back now for Gilga. He's himself away, but he's going to jump in here from Yatoro. He's got that Vortex with that Storm Spirit form, and Gilga's going to get really darn low. They didn't actually get the kill though, Gilga. They get the kill. They might be low, a little bit overextended. They caught that Aegis soldier, so it's comes out. Did he get the kill as well? But this is simply he's trying to get himself away from this kill. Gilga the chase down now as well, but he knows he's got himself the ghost set. There's going to be another 4 right. Techies are absolutely cleaning up here. 4 heroes dead. The buyback Gilga, the only one left alive, and I think this is going to be at least. It's going to be at least one lane of rocks, right? You can just go straight for the tier 4s with these heroes being dead.
No, you don't do it. That's too much. You're gonna get a lane of racks and you get a tier 2 on the bottom lane. Those are the objectives that you're gunning for if you're Team Spirit currently. You got a perfect fight. You're not gonna throw this game away. Yatoro? Okay, he just turns into the Tiny to make sure that he has the status. But if you continue showing your supports and they die, then maybe you just lose the game here.
Yeah, no, the drive back comes out here. Pantsman trying to do the best for the nature. Attempts to keep himself alive, but the pulverize comes out. The damage is going to be way too much. Is it going to be? No, it is. It's going to be able to get the kill. And I was looking there at maybe, you know, trying to keep himself alive, but it doesn't matter. Darkseer wasn't even able to get him close with Guardian Greaves. And they just clean up a lane of racks and back themselves away. Double damage unit on the bottom part of the river here as well. Will be spotted by the courier.
While this was happening, Afterlife TP to the bottom lane and pushed out that big wave there. So he made sure that their tier 2s still survive. Team Spirit, of course, are gonna have a connection towards the top part of the map, but it's that tier 2 is not that important. It gives some kind of an access point to Roche from one move, but not really a great one.
Yeah, and look at this Yatoro. He's got himself a double damage rune. He's getting close to that satanic collapse. He's looking for the jump in. Who cash out? Oh, nobody. But Handcraft is making the move. He has the boots burn up. Has those available to him if he wants to use it. The BKB as well. So Primal Beast going towards that Hex next.
Darkseer Blink. That is one thing that that Spirit might need to be afraid of, and immediately there's a smoke from one move. It was under vision and they know it, so it's very hard to make a decision right now if you're one move. Do we go forward or do we back?
Yeah, I mean, it looks like they want to carry on going for it. They might be able to get the catch out onto Lyle and Mira, moving themselves away here. And yeah, Void Spirit, you want to go with the Dark comes in. Now the Pulverize is going to be dealt without the BKB though, and now Collapse. He's going to go for it. The Wukong command does come out, but Makudi's crashing and getting way too much damage. Yeah, Yatoro with the double damage rune. He's going to be able to take the Monkey King down. Absolutely no problems. Double kill here for the Morph, and they can carry on going for even more if they want to. Timing in the tree, but it doesn't matter. The toss away, they still get a kill. They still have the damage, and they still take him down.
Oh, unfair amount of damage coming out from the Morphling. You're inside of your Wukong's command. You think, oh, I have 24 bonus armor. He has a billion damage, my friend. He just rips you apart. Look at him. He almost has 700 damage. It's insane. And the attack speed, I don't even want to talk about it.
Yeah, and he got the Satanic while that fight was going on as well, so if he did get into real danger, he was able to pop that and heal himself right back up if he needed to. And again, 3 heroes dead on the side of one move. Collapse already in the base. He's already looking, hunting for more. He gets that. The vacuum comes out. Don't be able to get the full pulverize out onto Stone for it. It doesn't matter. Lowell still gets the kill with the E-Blade. They do the damage. They take down 4 heroes on the side of one move. And this looks like it's going to be a second lane of racks here on the side of Spirit.
Yeah, I mean, one move, they still have this team fight, which was shown that I mean, Spirit, you can see Morphling has a bottle. He's gonna find another DD if you allow this to go any longer, and he's gonna crush you. But Spirit actually have no reason to get out of the base. They probably want to stay here, force out maybe a spell or two, and then reset, get the Rosh. If you would be able to force out a wall in the enemy base, then Rosh is free.
Already, you see the top partner, Miposhka, already starting to push up this lane. He's already looking towards that tier 2 tower. He's already setting up his teammates to you'll be able to get that so quickly. Prioritize this. Maybe look for, I mean, how far? Roche, yeah, 5 seconds away. They can't set up for this. Hero drops a proxy mine, so there's going to be the run there as well. They're going to have the vision. And how do one move? Can they even contest into this?
I kind of feel like they have, waiting on the high ground is not great with the Monkey King. You don't have many places to hide, and it's going to be very easy for your opponents to know where you are. So if I was them, I'd run in there, even though it means that you're going to lose the fight, to lose the game. You have 1% chance of winning. Once the Roche falls, that falls to almost 0.
Okay, and we'll see. I mean, this is only the second row, 35 minutes in, so it's going to be the shard out for Roche. Do you give this over to Miposhka? It looks like Itaro already has his. Taki's already has his as well, so shard-wise, I assume you do give it over to the Rubik?
Yep.
Yeah.
They went for a smoke, but they were just a little bit too late. They're still coming out of that. Look at the scan. They know the enemies cannot fight in the base. They have to fight here. It's very easy for Team Spirit right now. You send in the Adro, you force them to come back, and they're gonna come to the low ground. That's where they lose.
You can see Pantheron's already got back to the trying to get the dive in the backline, so Ankr's he's got that BKB going. They're going to be able to get the kill onto the Rubik. The Rootstone Gem is on the deck. What can they do though? I mean, Mira's going to take a lot of damage down. The Gem's off the table with the Vortex drop, but look at this. The jump in and the Morphling, you're just going to be able to get everyone dragged back with Vortex. Still that Storm Spirit full Munkushi, the BKB form, but the right down from Yatoro. Even inside the Wukong's commands, the Monkey King just has to TP himself away. And the only survivor from that fight as Team Spirit just clean up the GG cups out. And Collapse going to celebrate there with the BKB, and nothing that one move can do after that final fight.
I really like the move coming out from one move there at the end. You have nothing else to do. The thing is, the Team Spirit are a good enough team. They were focused enough not to get caught off guard by